Well, that game sure was disappointing. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Hot Seat Videocast, and today we're going to be recapping last night's game against the Boston Red Sox, the second game of the doubleheader, as the Phillies lose 5-2 to the Red Sox as they split the doubleheader. And it would have been nice to see us sweep a doubleheader. We have not swept a doubleheader since 2012, which is absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I mean, what is that all about? The Phillies are able to take advantage of some bad plays by the Red Sox yesterday. That's how they got one of their 2 runs. If you watch the game, obviously you saw there was a wild pitch in the bottom of the first inning. We'll get into that a little bit later. But guys, before getting this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. You know, man, it would have been really, really nice to sweep that doubleheader. I mean, as I said, we had not swept a doubleheader since 2012. So absolutely pathetic. And we actually had an opportunity to sweep a doubleheader at the beginning of the year against the New York Yankees. Remember that one game we played? And then against the Toronto Blue Jays, where we blew 2 leads. That's another game. That's another 2 games we actually got swept out because we lost both of those games, but we should have won both of those games. So absolutely unacceptable. We are not going to doubleheaders, and that proves how bad our bullpen still is. And David Phelps, what in the world has he done since coming over to the Phillies? What in the world has he done anything to help this team? He has been terrible. Absolutely terrible. David Phelps. He's been absolutely terrible. Now, we saw how bad Brandon Workman was since coming over to the Phillies. He's settled down a little bit. So I'm hoping that will happen with David Phelps. Man, he has been bad since coming over to the Phillies. Very, very bad. And as I said, I'm hoping that he could wake up a little bit. But I've been very, very disappointed in David Phelps. As we begin the scoring summary, as I said before, in the bottom of the first inning, a wild pitch was thrown by Chris Mazza, the Red Sox starter. Rhys Hoskins scores, and it's now 1-0 Phillies. Obviously, in the first game, you saw Kristen Vasquez sail the ball in the left field on he threw behind the runner. Hart was at third, sailed it in the left field, and Hart was able to score. So another boneheaded play by the Red Sox. Obviously, it was a wild pitch. It wasn't like, it wasn't as bad as last time. It wasn't like they threw behind the runner and it, went sailing into the outfield. But still not. It's very, very sloppy. And then we take a 2-0 lead in this game as Didi Gregorius singles on a line drive to center field. JT scores, and it's now 2-0 Phils. So we have a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. But of course, we can't do anything with it as Whelan singles on a line drive to left field, and Jackie Bradley Jr. scores. It's now 2-1. Now at that point, you're thinking like, okay, like it's not that big a deal. It's only a 2-1 ball game. But we just always like to give, obviously Vin Velasquez was on the mound in this one. We always like to give the teams opportunities to come back and score runs. Of course, in the top of the second inning, right after the bottom of the first inning, when we score, we let them come right back. That needs to stop. Now, I understand that's going to happen sometimes, but we let this happen way too often. Like, we almost lost the first game. Are we going to forget about that? We almost lost the first game. And the top of the fourth inning, Debbie Gourlan. Now, do we remember Debbie Gourlan? We had him for a little while. I mean, he would if JT leaves, and if we still had Debbie Gourlan would probably be our future. But instead, we just traded not that long ago Debbie Gourlan to the Boston Red Sox. That's obviously why he's on the Red Sox. But I don't know, man. I hope Glenn Tech doesn't regret that. Well, he made his pay last night as he hits an RBI single to left field to score Jackie Bradley Jr. And the ball game is now tied at 2. Then in the top of the 6th inning, Bobby DeBeck homers on a fly ball to right center field, a 2-run shot, and it is now a 4-2 ball game. Bobby DeBeck homered in the first game. He had a lot of success in the first game. Homers in the second game as well. 4-2 Red Sox. And then he does it again in the top of the 7th inning. He singles on a line drive to center field. Xander Bogaerts scores, and it is now a 5-2 ball game. So we have these guys like Rafael Devers, Alex Verdugo, Bobby DeBeck. I'm not even going to say Debbie Gourlan because he only got 1 RBI single. But these are the guys who were really, really hurting us yesterday. These are the guys who were a pain in our butt yesterday. It wasn't guys like, I'm trying to think, like J.D. Martinez. It wasn't guys like Xander Bogaerts. Obviously, Mookie Betts is on the Dodgers now, so he's not on the Red Sox anymore. but it's guys that, I mean, are okay. They're not great. Well, Rafael Devers is a very good baseball player, and Alex Verdugo, he's a great young player in baseball. But we're letting these guys beat us. It's unacceptable, and that's the last game we're going to play against the Red Sox this year. As we lose 5-2, Vince Velasquez was on the mound. He was not great. Gene Segura 0 for 4 out of the leadoff spot. He was heating up a little bit. Had that nice 5 RBI day against the Mets, the final game of the 4-game series on Labor Day. He's really cooled off. Rhys Hoskins had a nice 2 for 4 night. JT getting a hit. Harper going 0 for 2. Man, he's really, really struggling. He needs to get it going. Hit a 407-foot fly out. Oh my gosh, man. I told you he's getting so unlucky. And then he lines out sharply to left field. He literally stood there with the bat over his head, just standing there watching. That's how upset Bryce Harper was. He just was sitting there with the bat on his shoulders, just sitting there watching it. He just was in shock. Like, it was absolutely insane. Very, very frustrating for Bryce Harper. I mean, he is going out there. He's trying his best. I know in the first game he didn't really run out that double play, but you know Bryce Harper's mentality. He is furious right now. He is furious. You know he's probably having trouble sleeping at night right now. His batting average now drops to 261. He's been absolutely brutal in his last 15 games. He's been absolutely terrible. And it hurts to see, man. It really hurts to see. Vince Velasquez, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. Now, yeah, I said at the beginning, yeah, he wasn't great. I mean, the 9 strikeouts in 5 is amazing. That is awesome. And this is what gives me, this is what tells me that Vin Velasquez does have potential. I talk about that all the time. Like, he has potential. 9 strikeouts. But he only can go 5. He only can go 5. That's why I could see him, I actually had baseball guy Sean in here, like, way back in July, and he was saying that he should be our closer. I don't agree with that. But this guy needs to be in the bullpen. I do think he has a future in a bullpen, whether that's our bullpen or if we do end up trading him, which we're not going to get much for him. I mean, we waited too long to trade him. I was on a bike ride last night by myself. I was thinking to myself, it's like, should we trade Vin Velasquez? Because we traded Nick Pivetta. And I said, what are we going to get back for Vin Velasquez? We've waited way too long. This is why I think he'd be a good bullpen asset. He can't really go deep. Only 5 innings last night. I understand it was a 7-inning game, but he just can't go deep. He just cannot go deep. David Phelps can't even record an out as he allows 1 hit, 2 earned runs, and a home run allowed. He has been absolutely dreadful since coming over to the Phillies, as I talked about. After that 2-run shot, man, he let out a 4-letter word that I would rather not repeat on my show. I'm sure you guys can think about what he said. Obviously, it does begin with the F. He did let out that word loud and clear. If you go back and listen, you could hear it loud and clear. He said it. But I don't even want to laugh about it because it's not funny. He's been absolutely terrible since coming over to the Phillies. Absolutely horrendous. He has a 19.29 ERA. He is 0-1. Brandon Workman struggled when he came over here too. So these guys are just struggling since coming over to the Phillies. Brandon Workman, as I said, has settled down a little bit. Jojo Romero, an inning in the third fourth last night. He was amazing. Obviously, had that rough day in New York the other day. He comes back and he rebounds. Heath Hembree also struggled last night. 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits to 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. I mean, these guys that we've acquired, these guys for our bullpen, these relievers, they have not really done that much. Like, David Phelps has been horrendous. Brandon Workman has been okay. Heath Hembree, not great. Hector Neris has settled down a little bit. Tommy Hunter has been great. I know he struggled in the first game of the doubleheader, but as I talked about, everybody's due for a bad outing. Everybody's due for a bad appearance. It's not the end of the world, but these guys need to step it up. I'm hoping that guys like David Phelps can settle down. Brandon Workman has looked better. I will give him that. But our bullpen needs to step it up. And obviously we sent Vince Velasquez to a workout to get prepared for this doubleheader because he was going to be preparing for this doubleheader. And, he struck out 9 guys in 5 innings of work, which is amazing, as I keep saying. But, I'm tired of giving this guy chances. You know what I'm saying? We've given him chance after chance after chance. As we are now 21-18 on the year, as we now go to Miami and play a 7-game series. a 7-game series, which is going to be absolutely nuts. The first game starts tomorrow night at 6:40, and we have a doubleheader on Friday. The first game starts at 5:10. The second game will actually start, if you follow the doubleheaders, it will start after the first game, a little bit after the first game. Saturday night games at 6:10. And then there's another doubleheader on Sunday. The first pitch is at 1:10. And then, as I said, after the first game, the second game will start, and then the finale game is on Monday, 4:10 the first pitch. I hate when series end on Mondays. That's happened a lot this year. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I'm used to having it end on Sundays, 4:10 the first pitch. But Jake Arrieta will be on the mound tomorrow night for the Phillies. He is 3-4 with a 5.67 ERA. Jake Arrieta, oh boy. Get ready, boys. I don't know what this is going to be, but this series is crucial for the Phillies. This is a 7-game series. This is an opportunity for Bryce Harper to wake up. This is an opportunity for JT to heat up. So this is going to prove whether the Phillies make the playoffs or not. I think this series is the most important series as we finish out the season. This is a 7-game series against a team that they've struggled against the past 2 seasons. Now they're going to have 7 games to whip up on them. And they have not been playing great baseball. I mean, they say they are contenders at the deadline. They have not been great at all. I mean, they've been okay. I mean, they're 19-18. It's just like, I don't think I think the Marlins are. Someone asked me the other day. They said, "Luke, do you think the Marlins are pretenders or contenders?" And I said, "I think they're pretenders. I don't think that they're true contenders." And I'd love to prove my point right. I'd love to see us win 4 out of 7 in this 7-game set. I would love to do it, especially since and even more, what if we win 5 out of 7? I think 4 out of 7 would be amazing, but I just don't think the Marlins are legit. I really, really don't. I truly believe that, and let's prove my point right. Phillies, go out there and prove me right. They're pretenders. They're not contenders. So this series is a huge, crucial series. This is going to prove whether we make the playoffs or not. If we can't win 4 out of 7 in this series, it's totally unacceptable. We don't deserve to make the playoffs if we can't win 4 out of 7 in this 7-game series against the Miami Marlins. So Jake Arrieta on the mound tomorrow night, 6:40 the first pitch. Let's go Phillies. The Phillies split the doubleheader against the Boston Red Sox as our bullpen blew it yet again as David Phelps blows it again as we lose to the Sox 5-2. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Please check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Hot Stove Instagram, at HeartFanax Instagram. Call 267-225-3392. Email me, philliesHotStove@gmail.com. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I am Luke, and I will talk to you all later. Let's go Phillies. This big 7-game series against the Miami Marlins. Day off today, 6:40 tomorrow night. See you guys later. Bye.